Today let's discuss why do you need a buying agent in India. Before I give you this important golden nugget, let us compare buying agents operating in China or other countries as compared to India. I have seen with many of my customers who are having businesses or sourcing from China and other countries, Vietnam, Philippines, Indonesia, or even Europe. They have sourcing agents in those countries, and more or less these sourcing agents are not actually working full supply chain issue management for them. They are mainly working to find the right factory, and then the buyers are actually engaged with the factory directly. Somehow I feel when you look at India, that is something which is a different ball game. In India, if you look at only a sourcing agent to find a right factory, you will end up in having issues with the factory, no matter they are giving you the best factory for you. Because I feel I believe as per my experience with Indian factories, communication is one of the most important skill that is lacking with our people. Even in our agency business, the good merchants, the good sourcing managers, the good QA managers, if they're not good communicators, you will not be able to understand what you want to convey to the factory or to the buyer. And similarly, when you are talking about an Indian factory, communication becomes a very major obstacle. For example, in India, it is believed as a culture of not saying no. And when you want to implement this culture in business, that could be disaster for you. Because many factories don't say no to a business. Whether it's meant for them, is the buyer matching to their needs, or the quantity is okay for them, or whatever reasons, or the price, or whatever, they the first or second instance will not say no, and they will keep on accepting whatever request you're sending to them, whatever you want to do with them, and that is where the problem lies. This has been an experience with us working in this industry for 27 plus years. Saying no is a very difficult portion with the factory. So you'll have to be very, very, very careful when you want to do this without a sourcing agent, because that is something which we are always on our top of our head. When we as buying agents, sourcing agents work with you, we understand what is your requirement. We are your office. We make sure that whatever you need to accomplish in India with the factory, let us have the right match for you. And once we know your culture, your buying pattern, your quantities, your style, your customer, where you want to sell, your market, accordingly the right factory is pitched, and not one, many will be actually pitched. 4 or 5 or 7 factories will be shortlisted among the 40-50 factories which would be in the same common pool, and that's a big task to do. In one of my other videos, you will see how I mentioned that how you can do this without a sourcing agent. How do you find a right factory without a sourcing agent? But I feel if you have a sourcing agent, that's their job to get the right match. The person who can be the right person as you as a partner of supply chain. That factory must be able to understand your requirements, your needs, your capabilities, your expectations and your deliverables, your strength and your weaknesses. And that is exactly what you should do when you're working with a buying agent. I certainly feel that Chinese sourcing agents or buying agents in other countries are not doing that much of a job as a business what an Indian buying agent does for their buyer in India, managing the factories among different cultures, different perspectives, different regions, and most importantly, the communication part with the Indian factory has to be managed by a very well professional buying agent. Thank you so much.